It's a pleasure to be here, Chris. Thank you for having me, and looking forward to connecting with you and your audience.
Man, we got a ton to discuss, but I really, for the people that aren't familiar with you, start with your story. I did some research on you, and it's, to me, fascinating. Fellow college football guy, but it sounds like you grew up going from shelter to shelter. Your family maybe faced some addiction issues, and then you end up going to Yale, your first team All Ivy League. I think you were a quarterback, right?
I wish. Hopefully, my soon-to-be born son will be a quarterback, but fingers crossed. But no, I was an lineman. I was very fortunate to play football at Yale. Certainly, extremely fortunate in the context of not really knowing what Yale and the other Ivy League schools were as late as my senior year of high school. As you mentioned, we had quite a rough background, not quite a very rough background. We were on the wrong side of the 1%, the bottom 1%, if you will, certainly by American standards. As I mentioned, my parents struggled with crack cocaine addiction most of my life, really throughout my entire childhood. And so we were, in and out of shelters, the lights were on and off, and, it was a rough time. And, I grew up in communities that were, heavily exposed to gang violence. My brother himself, kind of got caught up in that life as well. So I've seen a lot for someone, at the young age of 37, lived really, it feels like two lives, both pre-Yale and post-Yale in that regard. So I'm always a big proponent of really helping support and really making people aware of the opportunities that education creates in our society, because I'm certainly living proof of that, and certainly living proof that the American dream still does exist.